Time for teams to start making moves towards the postseason. Here we go. It's week 11. And it flies over the end zone and out of play. In the past, it's a touchback to the 25. The new rules starting this season, Brock, so it's now going to be at the 30. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion. Out.
Quick to the air is Tagovailoa. That's caught. Devon Achane.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Close. 21G. Out.
Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
20, TX.
Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. He's looking deep once again. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That is not a good omen at all. You spend so much time, Kate, on the first 15 plays. In that first play, you've rehearsed it in your head over and over as a quarterback, as an offensive line. You never, ever want to go backwards, have such a negative play, but now you got to flush it and quickly move on.
And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Play brought to an end by Jalen Ramsey.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. And the Dolphins with 6 DBs on the field here. They're in the dime, 3rd down. From the gun, Smith. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
He's got this at the 27. And it ends up a good return for him, up past their own 40. Nice return there, 15 yards gained. And it'll be Dolphins football. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Ready, shot. Corner, long. Ready, shot.
Tagovailoa now working from the gun. He's finds Smith. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins need only 1 to take the lead. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft it and try to stick him deep. Sanders all set to send it away. He's got the squiver. This return makes it up to the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Smith. Got a man, Bowers has it. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second and 6 coming up here. First give of the game here to Raheem Mostert. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Hit applied by Bradley Chubb. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
He's got Bowers working the sideline. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
It's Mostert on 2nd down. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Pretty obvious, this defense, they need more people around the line of scrimmage. But the minute you do that, Kate, start opening up those throwing lanes. This is how balance takes apart a defense.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Indy. Tuesday. Cover.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. He's throwing deep to the left side. He's got it deep downfield. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders get it down to a single point. Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders tie this game 7-7. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And well, in the past, we wouldn't have batted an eye as it sails over the end zone, Brock. But with our new kickoff rules in place, that's going to cost them. The football's coming all the way out to the 30-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Ready.
Opening carry for Devon Achane. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Man in motion here. 1st down. Here's Tua. Flushed out of the pocket. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Go ahead.
2nd down carry for Achane. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. Back to Hard Rock Stadium right after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They're stuck behind the sticks on 3rd and long.
Watson, Oscar. Hey, hey. Solo left Zion. Solo left. Out.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. So the Dolphins readying for the punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. And that kick a little too well struck. He drives it into the end zone for a touchback. They're out and set, 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Mostert. They'll cobble together a yard there. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Throwing is Smith. And that one's unsuccessful. Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Smith back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Along the sideline past midfield. And he has this all the way across to the opposing 45. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Smith setting the throw. Gets it to him on the screen. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
And he's got a nice run. That reaches the 26. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Throw left side, complete. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal. They'll run with Mostert. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. The rookie from Michigan, there that time.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
13X, 13X.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now at Hard Rock. The Raiders could break this tie for a halftime lead. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Smith to the air now. Escapes the pocket. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Here's Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
And he got all of that one, that's for sure. But with our new kickoff rules in play this year, that means the football's going to be spotted at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Ready. Solo left Zion. Whoa. Shut.
Tua now from the gun. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. On 1st down, here's Tagovailoa. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
21G. Hey, 21 TX. 20 TX. Hey. Oh,
Throwing again. Here's Tua. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. And that one looked like an interception for a second. Instead, it's incomplete. Defender couldn't hang on to it. 3rd down coming up. Lucky that didn't end as an interception. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Hey. Corner, long. Out.
Sticking to the air, it's Tagovailoa. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it. And the Raiders are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Worked through his progression. Nobody available. And by the time he checked it down to the back, oh, you could almost see it coming. A defender there to intercept it.
Because those defenders have clocks, too. I mean, we get so enamored talking about a quarterback's clock, but defenders do as well, and they know when that quarterback's holding the ball, likely a check down is coming. That is just smart defensive play.
They left him wide open. It's complete. Bounds just short of the red zone. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Well, no look on his first look of the game. And now they face 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to the air, it's Smith. Has him on the quick hitter. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. A timeout taken by Vegas, that's its 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
He has the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Carlson's extra point is good. And the Raiders make it a 10-point ball game. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And it flies over the end zone and out of play. In the past, it's a touchback to the 25. The new rules starting this season, Brock, so it's now going to be at the 30.
Okay, ready?
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Set up. Huh.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Throwing on the run, deep down that left. He's got it inside the 25. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. It began at the 30 and has now jumped to 1st and 10 all the way down inside the red zone. Rolling left, buying some time. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Dolphins make it a one-score game before halftime. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind. But you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down. And when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Returning it from the 4. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Just 25 seconds remaining as they get all set up for 1st down.
13 in.
Now Smith. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. No luck finding his receiver that time. So 2nd down coming up. Looking to throw, Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, the defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Well, last play didn't work out too well. Looks like they're going ground game now. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half.
The score, Raiders 17, Dolphins 14.
Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half. Sanders all set to send it away. Starting from the 5. Oh, he eats a hit to bring an end to that return right near the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Tucker now in motion right. The drive begins with a run for Mostert, and he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. They go play action. Here's Smith. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's a Vegas first down. They'll try it right with Mostert. And they had that one contained right at the line. Play brought to an end by Jalen Ramsey. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Running back sent in motion. From the gun, Smith. He's taken down. The Dolphins rush gets home. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jalen Ramsey comes up with it. And the Dolphins get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. Achane reels it in. And this is down all the way to the 3. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Quick pass, right side, complete. And in for the Miami touchdown. Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. The point after splits the uprights. And the Dolphins take a 4-point lead. Sanders all set to send it away. From his own end zone, here we go. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. He's on the move. Throwing on the run, deep down that left side. Wide open down the field, and he has it. And he will take this in. Touchdown. The Raiders need only one to take the lead. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Point after from Carlson is up and good. And the Raiders push their lead to 3. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. He doesn't like what he sees, so a touchback. They're going to begin at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Let's go. 79 Bronco.
They'll come out throwing. Flush down now to his left. And as this play winds up out of bounds, let's see what that flag is all about. So they'll decline this and take the result. First and 10, ball set up at the 48.
Nike 18. Here we go.
They run it from the gun with Wright. And he hit a seam and got it to the opposing 44. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense I think feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Out of the shotgun, a give to A-Chain. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
Come 19, go!
They'll throw it. Completes this one to Hill. And he's taken down at the 30. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down. Running with A-Chain out of the gun. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Able to find A-Chan. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Ready up!
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go!
Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Finds his fullback. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Cougar 19! Dragon 60!
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
From the gun on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Running for it, it's A-Chan. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Only a yard on the pickup. Now it's 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
He has it on the QB sneak. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. Back-to-back stands at the goal line, and now it's 3rd and goal.
That's what I call a good old-fashioned willpower play. Who's got more will and who's got more power to move the man in front of them? Defense won that one.
He's back to throw. And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins take a 4th quarter lead. Devon A-Chan with the touchdown. Extra point is good by Sanders. And the Dolphins take a 4-point lead. Sanders all set to send it away. Chooses to bring this one out. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
A give to Mostert out of the gun. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up second down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. This ball's cut by Bowers. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on the route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after.
They kick the running back in motion. Dumps it off to his running back. And he is hit hard shortly after that catch. Great job hanging on to that, but only a small gain on that play.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 36. Escapes out to the left. And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in.
You know, Kate, it looked to me like this one, he leaves the pocket, and this is where you're out on the schoolyard, out on the playground, and you're looking for your buddy to find that connection. Unfortunately, receiver QB, they could not find the completion that time.
To throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of him.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Looking to throw it. Big shot is hauled in. Feet are in bounds. Oh, what a play. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a fourth down gamble.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Back to throw. The screen pass falls incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And we'll see what they do here on second down. Setting up to pass. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Defatu Melifonwu. How about this? I think that's going to be a safety. Talk about a couple of wild twists over the course of just one play. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Okay, I'm hoping that he simply got turned around, forgot which end of the field was his, because other than that, Brock, I got no explanation.
Yeah, imagine how funny it actually would have been, funny like a clown, to see his own team chase him down and tackle him, Kate. I mean, it would have been hilarious for us to watch. A little embarrassing for him, but less embarrassing than running it back to the wrong end zone for a safety?
Yeah,
come on, man.
That's tough.
Hey, let's go Wednesday. On Wednesday. Here we go. Hey.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll take this up to about the 34 before he stopped. He'll look to throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Here he is to throw. On the move, headed right. He tucks it and takes off.
Well, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running room. Just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those two, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
2nd and 8. Hits his running back. And he's brought down after a short gain. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. And on 3rd down, Dolphins coming out in the dime, expecting a pass.
Run. Hey, here we go, hey.
Shotgun handoff for Mostert. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run. Running back sent in motion. Getting out to his left. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. Still one more in their pocket to use.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
And he's going to fight his way down to the 35-yard line. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. And with 4 seconds remaining, they're going to take a timeout. So here's Daniel Carlson with the game in the balance. From the right hash, 52 yards out. And with 4 seconds remaining, they're going to take a timeout. Now it all comes down to the veteran, confidently marching out for this moment. From the right hash, 52 yards out. That kick is no good. Oh, he mishit it. And his time expires. This game ends on that miss. So it's fins up as the Dolphins take the win at home. This is the type of game everyone was hoping.
Check it out. Hit you with no delay into what you saying, yo. Silly with your ice grilly with the dilly, yo. When I be on the mic, yes, I do my duty, yo. While up in the club like we while in the studio. You know when to violate, baby, really and truly, yo. My main thug, Bill and A. Julio, he moody, yo. Type of brother that'll give with the real shook, scared to death, act, yo. X that, look at shorty, she a little cutie, yo. The way she make me wanna get all in the, yo. Top mistress of the videos, while I'm with my freak like we up in the freak shows. Hit you with the make you feel it all in your toes. Hot, got all my people in red clothes. Metaphors when I formulate my flows. If you don't know, you're messing with lyrical player pros.
Do
like
you really
that.
wanna party with me? Let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me, let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me,
Ain't gonna be trust. Yo, it's a must that you heard of us. Yo, we murder us. A lot of people is wondering and they curious. I mean, in my unit, do it is so mysterious. Furious, all of my people is serious. Shook others be walking around fearing us. Front, baby, like you don't wanna be hearing us. Gotta listen to Harry, he'll be playing us. 30 times a day to make you delirious. Damaging everything all up in your area. Yo, it's funny how all of be always serving us. All up in between they where they wanna carry us. Hit you good, then I hit them off with the alias. Various, they wanna marry us. Yo, it's flip mode, you stupid, you know we bout to bust. 7-figure money, the label preparing us. Bite the dust instead of you making the fuss. People know better cause they ain't no comparing us. Mad at us, yes you know better, we fabulous. If my people love with the flow, that be marvelous. Oh, My whole clique victorious. Taking no prisoners with us, straight up warriors. When I feel it, then I know you be feeling so glorious. Let me blitz and reminisce on my people notorious. Who really wanna party like that? Let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me, let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me.
Hey, it's Paul. I was listening to the album. Good luck. You're on your own.
Guess who's back? Back again. She's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 Guess who's back?
Well, look what the stork brung. Little baby devil with the forked tongue. And it's sticking out, yeah, like a sore thumb. With a forehead that it grew horns from. Still a white jerk. Pulling up in a Chrysler to the cipher with a in a light shirt. Lyrical technician, an electrician. Y'all light work. And I don't gotta play pretend. It's you, I make believe. And you know I'm here to stay, cause me, if I was to ever take a leave, it would be aspirin to break your feet. If I was to ask for Megan D Stallion, if she would collab with me, would I really have a shot at her feet? I don't know, but I'm glad to be back like abracadabra. And for my last trick, I'm about to reach in my back, bruh. Like abracadabra. And for my last trick, just like that, and I'm back, bruh. Now back in the days of old me, right around the time I became ate some as a way of coping. Take the case of turned me into smiley face emoji. May not be age appropriate, but I will put an 8-year-old indeed with a participation trophy. Yes, I have zero doubts that this whole world's about to turn into some Girl Scouts.